ब्रिटिश काउन्सिलद्वारा गठित युके इन्डिया एडुकेसन एन्ड रिसर्च इन्टेन्टिभका कुल 7 जना वैज्ञानिकहरू हाल कालेबुङको भ्रमणमा छन्। सामरोक परियोजनामा काम गरिरहेका वैज्ञानिकहरू प्रोफेसर डेभिड पेटले, जेरार्ड पार्क, फिलिप मोरू, प्रोफेसर ब्रायन स्कॉटने, क्रिस्टोफर केलबर्न, सिरिस एस, प्रोफेसर सेली मैक्लिन आदि उक्त समूहमा सामेल छन्।
My name is Gerard Parr. I'm based in the University of Ulster in Northern Ireland in the UK. I'm leading this initial feasibility study as part of the British Council UK-India Research and Education Initiative. That's the programme that's funding this. My background is telecommunications engineering, so I'll just go from left to right and ask my colleagues to introduce themselves.
I'm Philip Morrow. I'm a Professor of Computer Vision in the University of Ulster. And I work alongside Jerry and some of the other colleagues as well. And my background is computer science, and I have a particular interest in image processing, imaging, and computer vision.
Hi, I'm Stephen Hales. I'm from University College London. I'm from the Department of Computer Science. I work on wireless sensor systems. I build them and deploy them in various different environments. And I head the Autonomous Systems group there.
So I'm Dave Petley. I'm Pro Vice Chancellor of Research and Enterprise at the University of East Anglia. Pro Vice Chancellor is the equivalent of Vice President, and I'm also a Professor of Geography. My research interests are landslides. I'm interested in both the mechanics of landslides, how and why they occur, and I'm also interested in the way that landslides cause losses, and in particular loss of life. I've been working on different aspects of landslides, mostly in Asia, for about 20 years, and for the last 16 years I've been working in Nepal, in Pakistan and in Bhutan on landslide problems in the Himalaya.
I'm Brian Scottney. I'm Professor of Informatics at the University of Ulster in the UK. My interests are in analysing data, and in particular in this context analysing the kinds of data that can be got from monitoring landslides through sensors and other devices.
Myself, Sirish Sarade. I'm from IIT Hyderabad. My background is civil engineering and basically looking at geotechnical aspects of landslides. Most probably, mostly slope stability analysis and so on, foundation engineering.
My name's Christopher Kilburn. I run the Hazard Centre inside the Department of Earth Sciences at University College London, and here we're particularly interested in hazard assessment in general and communicating the hazards and the warnings associated with them.
And I'm Sally McLean. I'm Professor of Mathematics at the University of Ulster, particularly interested in mathematical modelling and data analysis from sources such as sensors and computer network.
यी वैज्ञानिकहरूले कालेबुङ महकुमाको पहिरोग्रस्त क्षेत्रहरूको स्थलगत निरीक्षण पनि गरेका छन्। यहाँको दुम्सीपाखा, छिबो, इच्छे बस्ती, दलपचन आदि पहिरोग्रस्त क्षेत्रहरूको निरीक्षणपछि वैज्ञानिकहरूले कालेबुङमा स्वचालित मौसम केन्द्र गठन गर्ने निर्णय लिएको छ। इन्टरनेटको सहयोगमा चल्ने उक्त मौसम केन्द्रले यहाँको मौसम अनि समयमाथि अध्ययन गर्ने साथै केन्द्रको रिपोर्टको आधारमा युके साथै भारतका वैज्ञानिकहरूले अनुसन्धान गर्नेछन्। उक्त परियोजनाका प्रमुख प्रोफेसर डेभिड पेटले अनुसार आफूहरूको टोलीले विशेष गरी हिमाली क्षेत्रको मौसम अनि यसको प्रभावबारे अध्ययन गरिरहेको छ। विश्वमा नै पहिलो विशेषज्ञको रूपमा चिनिने प्रोफेसर पेटले कालेबुङका पहिरोग्रस्त क्षेत्रहरूलाई आफूहरूले टार्गेट जोनको रूपमा चिन्हित गरेको बताए। स्थलगत निरीक्षण कार्यपछि पत्रकार सम्मेलन डाकेर वैज्ञानिकहरूले सामरोक परियोजना बारे जानकारी दिएका छन्।
If you like, the team. So in terms of how this has come about, it might be worth setting a little bit of context because some members of this team have been working in India for the past 10 years on major ICT projects, and in those projects we had collaborations with a number of the IITs and large companies such as Infosys, Wipro, Sasken and TCS, and then in the UK a number of UK universities and companies like British Telecom. But as a consequence of that 10 years of work, we were looking at how ICT can have impact in society So whilst the work was very much research, next generation of products and services for wireless communications and looking at applications in health, environmental monitoring, pollution monitoring and so on, we also looked at emergency response communications in the presence of disasters and how is spectrum used in that context, and looking at the role of ICT in rural areas, particularly to help urban environment, but also bridging the urban-rural divide. Many of the challenges in that context were to provide equity of access to the networks that would enable rural communities to thrive and survive, that people didn't always have to migrate into the big cities, where the big cities are already under stress. But coming out of that were a number of streams of work to do with communications and sensors and looking at particular application areas. And spawned from that was the project Shamrock. And we see, in the way that we started the previous project with on the ICT side, that this could be the start of something long-term. So the point I'm getting at is that we have a history of engaging with India going back over 10 years, and we want that to continue. And with the seed funding we've got from British Council to support this visit, we see this just as a start. So we want to emphasise that we're here to learn from local agencies and local citizens, and also with the help of Save the Hills. Praful Rao has been fabulous in the support from his group and his team in facilitating and helping our visit here in the area to go and visit key landslide sites and talk to relevant agencies, even the Army, the BRO. So with that in mind, we feel we have, in this visit here in these initial days, we have covered a lot of ground, and for us we can see huge opportunities to hopefully make an impact and to now develop some ideas and thoughts for follow-on longer-term projects seeded from Shamrock.
So, can I request Mr. Rao to say explain to them how exactly came to Kalimpong and
presentation, but we had a meeting with the MP,
PD Rai,
and we had a very good meeting. He clearly understood the challenges, but we in the way that we worked in the last India-UK project, it was both sides working together, both government agencies from the UK research councils and the Department of Science and Technology in India. We discussed this, and it's obvious that a joint approach could be taken to put such things in place. The protocols already exist and have worked before, so there's no reason to suspect it could not be done again. But that's at the national level. Maybe that can take more time, but at the local level we had a meeting this morning with the local a very good meeting, and the understanding of the local challenges and the local issues, and at the regional state level to be able to highlight and bring together the key ministries that are involved. I think there were about 7 ministries, if I'm correct, Praful, that he was chatting about, that to get them all into the room and to understand that as a location, as Dave has already said, Kalimpong is in a hotspot. So there's work to be done, and good reasons for the work to be done, that we can kick off something here as a pilot, a large-scale pilot project, and then we can look at how it can be shared as best practice with other regions. But I think starting local, having that local engagement, local buy-in, and demonstrating that we're having hopefully some positive impact, and then looking in the longer term for something at a more national level. I think the opportunities are there to do that, and from speaking to both of these officials, there seemed to be a genuine desire to open doors and to talk to the key people that make these decisions.
पत्रकार सम्मेलनलाई सम्बोधन गर्दै टोली प्रमुख प्रोफेसर जेरेड पार्कले प्रथम चरणमा आफूहरूले 6 महिनाको अध्ययन गर्ने बताउँदै पछिबाट पुनः अध्ययनको क्रमलाई निरन्तरता दिने बताएका छन्। 3 दिनको भ्रमण अवधि यी वैज्ञानिकहरूले यहाँको त्रिपाई अनि कालेबुङ कलेज परिसरमा मौसम केन्द्र तयार गरेको छ। इन्टरनेटको माध्यमद्वारा उक्त केन्द्रहरूबाट यहाँको मौसम सम्बन्धी जानकारी सोझै युके र आईआईटी हैदराबादमा पुग्ने वैज्ञानिक डेभिड पेटलेको भनाइ छ। पहिरो अनि मौसम विषयलाई लिएर आफूहरूले स्थानीय गैर सरकारी संस्थाहरूसँग पनि अन्तर्क्रियात्मक कार्यक्रमको आयोजना गरेको उनले थप जानकारी दिएका छन्।
At that time, Hong Kong, well, for several years, it suffered more than 50 deaths per year, and in some cases in very large landslides. So there was a famous landslide in the 1970s called Poshan Road, and this landslide failed in a big rainstorm in a typhoon, and it came down and it hit a tower block. And the tower block collapsed, and as the tower block collapsed, it then hit another tower block, and that one was partially collapsed as well. And there were many fatalities in this accident. So the government of Hong Kong decided they would start a program to reduce the losses from landslides. And they set up an organisation that is now called GGO, and its remit is basically to prevent landslides from happening in Hong Kong. And it is the most effective landslide program anywhere in the world. Hong Kong is now averaging about 1 fatality per decade from landslides, where it was at one stage having 50 per year. So it is a many times reduction in the risk from landslides. And the interesting thing is to look at how they have achieved this. So they did a number of things all in one go. So the first thing was that they identified the most dangerous locations, and they started a public housing program to move people out of those locations. They didn't just clear them. They said, in order to get people to relocate, we will need to build them better houses. So they built good quality tower blocks and then relocated people out of the dangerous places. And then the second thing is that they started a program to make sure that their engineers were properly trained and were accredited. So if you want to be a practicing engineer in Hong Kong, you have to go through a degree program, you have to go through chartership, and you then have to be a member of a professional organisation. And if you are designing an engineering structure that involves a slope, you have to submit a design to the government, and they check, and then they will supervise the construction to make sure it's done properly. The third thing they did was they went back and they identified the most dangerous slopes and they fixed them. And they did this at maybe 50 or 100 slopes per year. They found the most dangerous ones and they fixed those ones first. And then every year they fixed some more in a cycle until they had dealt with all the most dangerous slopes. And then they developed and operate an early warning system. So they use Doppler rain radar and rain gauges, and they provide warning of when there is a rainfall event that might trigger landslides. And then when the warning is reached, they send it out by email, by television, by radio, so that people know that there is a dangerous situation and can move away. And then the final thing that they have is a big program of public education. So they educate children and they educate adults. They have exhibitions about the risk. They have adverts on television. And it is all about trying to make sure that if there were to be a big rainfall event, people know what to do. And if you take these actions together, and those actions can be applied anywhere, you don't have to be in Hong Kong to do those actions. You take those actions together, it is fantastically successful at reducing losses from landslides. And there is no reason why you couldn't have a similar program in any place, including here in Canada.
Any more questions?
आज अन्तिम दिनमा यी वैज्ञानिकहरूले कालेबुङका विधायक डाक्टर हर्कबहादुर छेत्रीसँग पनि बैठक गरेका थिए। पहिरोमाथि अध्ययन गरिरहेको उक्त परियोजनाको वैज्ञानिकहरूलाई स्थानीय गैर सरकारी संस्था सेभ द हिल्सले विभिन्न प्रकारका सहयोगहरू पुर्याइरहेको छ। संस्थाका प्रमुख प्रफुल्ल रावले वैज्ञानिकहरूलाई लिएर आज पनि कालेबुङको पहिरोग्रस्त स्थानहरूको भ्रमण गरेका थिए। विगत 8 वर्ष अघिदेखि उक्त संस्थाले दार्जिलिङ पहाडको पहिरो सम्बन्धी विभिन्न प्रकारको निरीक्षण अनि अध्ययनहरू गरिसकेको छ। यसैले पहिरोमाथि नै निरीक्षण गर्न आएका विदेशी वैज्ञानिकहरूलाई लिएर संस्था प्रमुख रावले यहाँको स्थलगत भ्रमण गरेका थिए। भ्रमण अवधि सेभ द हिल्सका संस्थापक प्रफुल्ल रावले वैज्ञानिकहरूको निरीक्षण अनि प्रयासमा यस क्षेत्रका मानिसहरूले पहिरो पूर्व अघि नै जानकारी पाउने बताएका छन्।
आज जुन प्रकारले यो के भन्छ फरेनका साइन्टिस्टहरूलाई लिएर तपाईले यो कालेबुङको यो पहिरोग्रस्त क्षेत्रहरूको
यो भ्रमण गरिरहनु भएको छ नि खास किन गरिरहनु भएको छ यो तपाईले कुन प्रकारको स्टडी गर्नु चाहेको
हामीले यो फरेन टिम एउटा श्यामरक प्रोजेक्ट भन्ने छ लामो यसको मिनिङ चाहिँ लामो छ तर बेसिकली सेन्सिटिभ सेन्सर्सहरु लगाएर हिमालयसको एरियामा जुन चाहिँ क्लाइमेट चेन्जकोमा इफेक्ट हुँदैछ अनि ल्यान्डस्लाइडमा जुन चाहिँ इफेक्ट हुँदैछ उनीहरुको लागि त्यो हेर्नुको लागि उनीहरु चाहिँ आएको छ 8 जना साइन्टिस्ट आएको छ युनिभर्सिटी अफ अल्स्टर युनिभर्सिटी अफ इस्ट एङ्ग्लिया अन्त युनिभर्सिटी अफ लन्डन अन्त आईआईटी हैदराबादकोमा आएको छ 8 जना साइन्टिस्टहरु आएको छ लास्ट 3 डेज आएको थियो 3 दिनमा चाहिँ हामीले प्राय कालिम्पोङको मेन ल्यान्डस्लाइड एरियाजहरु हामीले घुमाएको छौं अन्त उनीहरुले चाहिँ के को लागि आएको छ भने चाहिँ यहाँनिर त्यो उनीहरुको प्रोजेक्टमा चाहिँ के छ भने उ चाहिँ डाक्टर डेभिड पेटले हुनुहुन्छ जो वर्ल्डको सबसे फर्स्ट के भन्छ मोस्ट हाइली रिगार्डेड ल्यान्डस्लाइड एक्सपर्ट होला तर अरूहरु चाहिँ त्यहाँनिर कम्प्युटर्स म्याथमेटिक्स नेटवर्किङ वायरलेस नेटवर्किङहरुमा केहरुको एक्सपर्टहरु छ उनीहरुले चाहिँ टोटली मिलेर चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा कसरी चाहिँ ल्यान्डस्लाइड प्रिडिक्सन जुन चाहिँ ल्यान्डस्लाइड आउनु भन्दा पहिरो आउनु भन्दा अगाडिको त्यहाँनिर त्यो एउटा कुनै एउटा टेक्नोलोजीले बनाउन सक्यो भने चाहिँ हामीले मान्छेहरुको लाइफ सेभ गर्न सक्छौं नि हो यहाँनिर पहिरो आउँछ भनेर चाल पायौं भने त्यहाँको मान्छेहरुलाई इभ्याकुएट गर्न सक्छौं नि त हैन त्यो खालको इक्विपमेन्ट डेभलप गर्नु आएको छ उनीहरु चाहिँ 3 दिन भयो अन्त उनीहरु धेरै जना चाहिँ यहाँ डाक्टर डेभिड पेटली त अब पहिरोको एक्सपर्ट हो उनीहरु त सबै थाहा छ है माने ल्यान्डस्लाइडहरु धेरै घुमेको छ वर्ल्ड भरि नै तर अरूहरु त घुमेको छैन नि त है अरू त कम्प्युटर साइन्सको एक्सपर्ट्सहरु कोहरू अन्त उनीहरुले पहिरोको त्यो गर्दा के भन्छ टेक्नोलोजी डेभलप गर्नु पर्यो भने चाहिँ पहिरो के हो भनेर बुझ्नुको लागि उनीहरु आएको है र 3 दिन भयो हिजो अस्ति अन्त आज है त्यो हेरेर चाहिँ उनीहरु अब गएर वापस गएर चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ अब फेरि त्यो गर्दाखेरि मैले चाहिँ यो दुम्सी पाखामा चाहिँ किन लिएर आएको भने चाहिँ यो एरिया चाहिँ एउटा अलिक डरलाग्दो एरिया छ एकदमै स्टिप छ पपुलेसन बेसी छ है दुईटा झोडा जान्छ यसकै थ्रु अन्त फेरि माथि ठुल्ठुलो बिल्डिङहरु छ अन्त त्यो एरियामा चाहिँ हामीले एउटा पाइलट त्यो चाहिँ यहाँ गरे भने चाहिँ कसो होला भनेर त्यो मैले डाक्टर डेभिड पेटलीलाई देखाउन लिएर आएको क्या अन्त यो एरिया हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब यहाँनिर कस्तो पाराले सेन्सर लगाएर कताबाट एउटा लेजर बिम लगाएर त्यो मुभमेन्टहरु हेर्ने त्यो खालको विचार हुँदैछ उनीहरुको चाहिँ
अच्छा यो 3 दिनमा तपाईहरु कालिम्पोङको कुन जग्गा चाहिँ घुम्नु भयो पहिरोग्रस्त क्षेत्रहरु
अब कालिम्पोङ त पहिरो त अब हामीले स्टडी गरेको त झन्डै 7-8 वर्ष भइसक्यो सेभ द हिल्सले अन्त इस्टर्न फेस भन्छ नि इस्टर्न फेस चाहिँ 14 माइल सिन्देबुङ त्यहाँदेखि गोकुले त्यहाँदेखि यता त्यो एरिया सबै छ नि त अन्त सबै जग्गा त भ्याउँदैन 3 दिनमा अब तर हामीले चाहिँ 14 माइल र सिन्देबुङमा चाहिँ हेर्यौं सिन्देबुङमा एकदमै हेर्यो राम्रो गरेर निकै टाइम लगाएर हेर्यौं त्यो चाहिँ इस्टर्न फेसमा भयो है अन्त वेस्टर्न फेसमा चाहिँ एउटा अब एक्जाम्पलको लागि मात्रै देखाउनुको लागि हामीहरु हिजो छिबो पसेरमा प्राय 2-3 घण्टा नै लगायो होला बेसी पनि लाग्यो होला है माथिदेखि तलैसम्म हेरे है अन्त डाक्टर डेभिड पेटली चाहिँ आउँदाखेरि पनि NH10 मा नेशनल हाइवे 10 मा जुन चाहिँ पहिरोहरु छ त्यो पनि देखाउँदै लिएर आएको थियो बोर्डर रोजले नै आज बिहान पनि रम्फूपट्टि गएको थियो अन्त प्राय अन्दाज भइसक्यो कि कालिम्पोङमा चाहिँ कालिम्पोङ र यो जुन चाहिँ NH10 छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ मेन ल्यान्डस्लाइडहरु छ त्यो सबै देखाइसक्यो हामीले